We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.
Yes, it's Lagos Talks 91.3 FM, and this is the Godwin The Guru on this lovely, wet Monday morning. Welcome to the show. I started off with that classic from Sonny Okosun, just to remind us that this is what we are still battling more than 25 years after that song was waxed by the singer. Interesting times we find ourselves. Anyway, my name is Adu, and of course, before I bring to the microphone the voice you'd love to hear, let me just remind you that this show is highly interactive. We'd love you to join us and talk to us. The WhatsApp line for the station is 0809 234 5913. That's 0809 234 5913. You can also join us later on by calling that number, but for the meantime, it's a WhatsApp number you can use to get to us. So without further ado, let me bring to the mic, present to some and introduce to others, the editor-at-large of the newsguru.com, the indefatigable national youth leader of our time. He's also the dearest and best. I'm talking about Guru. Good morning to you, Mr. Godwin Etakibuebu.
Good morning, my good brother.
I'm sure the listeners will be wondering, why did I call you dearest and best? Well, because of the shall I say, one of a kindness you showed me today.
No, that's supposed to be our secret.
Yes, it is a secret, but I'm just saying that it was unexpected. I was just like, oh my goodness. The heart of a father will always be there.
If it were to be expected, then it will be miracle. I mean, when a pastor comes up, again, let me emphasize this. It is not in my nature to be discussing religious matters on air. I avoid it because the contract between the prophet and God are signed while you were not there. Sometimes it is announced that Jesus was coming. But sometimes the pastor will tell you that I receive a mandate of God to operate on this line. I have a call. For that reason, I don't want to interfere, no interface in between the call and who called him. But what I know is that the only thing to identify a true prophet, as instructed by God in the Bible to me, is that when he speaks, when he says, thus says the Lord, you wait. And the time comes and it fails to come to pass, then you know it's a false prophet. That is number one. Then number two, he might even say it, and God might force him later to change it. Isaiah was sent to Hezekiah. I'm not on the pulpit this morning, but Isaiah was sent to Hezekiah to tell Hezekiah, you are praying, you are sick, you are about to die, put your house in order. Meaning, Oga, you've not written your will, write your will, you will die in this sickness. And Hezekiah told Isaiah, thank you very much, you deliver your message, go away. And the Bible says that as Isaiah turned away from Hezekiah turned himself to the wall of his room and now started challenging God that I would die. Baba, you will think it over again. You will reverse this decision. Why would I die? I have been doing this from so age. I have been doing this because you instructed me to do it. What is it that I did not do well that I would die? No, I will not die. The Bible told us that Isaiah was halfway within the court. You know, the palaces of the kings there were. When God called him and said, Isaiah, please go back to that Peking. Tell him I've heard his plea. I've added 15 more years to it. Isaiah knew the implication of that message, returning that verse. But he rather never will play with the mightiness of his name. All that matters to him is God. But he insisted on doing one thing. But now I just left him. I gave your word as you gave it to me. I gave to him. I should go back. Okay. The man will not believe me unless I have a son. That is tacit way of Isaiah telling God, the man will call me a liar, but he didn't put it that way. Of course, God said, go back to him, bring him outside his room. Two of you should be looking at the sun. Why are two of you are looking at this? I will cause the sun to step down, to step backwards, two steps backwards. That will be the sign. So, in such situation, don't forget, God did not consult with Isaiah before he changed his mind that this man will not die. If Isaiah did not get all those facts, somebody may conclude that Isaiah was the false prophet. So for this reason, I don't interfere in
religious discussions.
In religious discussion. So I don't know. I wanted to continue on a trajectory. That's why I analyze this. But okay, let me just hold to my principle of not, because I was going to bring something in now. But let me hold to my principle. Good morning, Adu. How are you?
I'm very wonderful today, Guru. Thank you.
My brother, my friend, the erudite Charles Kalu, the sheer buruburu of journalism in Nigeria, the major one of the universe. No wonder the rain was falling cat, dog, and elephants, including monkeys on your way here. Charles, you are welcome.
Thank you, the Guru. I also now understand why you're called the Guru Buruburu. Every subject, you take it to the barest and you move on effortlessly. Thank you very much, sir.
My brother, I appreciate your coming, because it's not easy moving under this heavy rain this morning. And look at you. You were here even before the kickoff of the time. Again, I appreciate you, sir.
God bless you, sir.
Our listeners, we are still expecting one of my guests. Whenever he arrives, he left home since also. The rains can do some delays. When he comes, I welcome him, because he's coming straight away to the studio to join us. So, good morning. This is Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. We are to the much awaited golden segment called Adu and the Guru. So, Adu, you are welcome.
Thank you, Guru. And of course, before we get into all the nitty-gritty, I think we would let our listeners know that you can join the conversation with the number I gave to you earlier, the WhatsApp line. And I can already see some people already giving thumbs up to you, Guru, for having such a depth knowledge of other subjects other than news analysis. Anyway, so the WhatsApp line, just for emphasis again, is 0809-234-5913. All right.
So you are welcome. All of us, we should welcome ourselves. Today is another very good day. The date is
13th
of September, 2 days after 20 years anniversary of September 11. The striking of Al-Qaeda through the senior most agent of Al-Qaeda then, Osama bin Laden, who ordered that massive bombardment of America, who knew how to use eternal security system to disengage security system, because no plane would have been able to take off from any part of the world, any other country, to access America because of the man brain that is mounted there. And as we talk, there is no enemy that can take off from another country going into America and bring America apparatuses down. So it was for that reason that they developed the eternal mechanism to sabotage the massive security network of America. So 2 days ago was 20 years. And of course, 2 days ago equally signify America withdrawing from the longest war.
And 2 days ago already signified the beginning of a Taliban.
And within 2 minutes of America withdrawal, the Taliban ran over
the president, the government.
Afghanistan, the government. And everything about the government collapsed. And the Taliban were able to parade their equipments, which were all that cost America about $2 trillion. Acquired, trained, and co. But it should be known that there is a great lesson. And the lesson back to Nigeria, because for everything that happens to a man is for a reason. The late Obafemi Awolowo told the wife, Didiolu, Mama Anna, when she flew to go and meet him, and said that this has happened, and the people in government now wants to bring you out. They want to bring you out. They want to release you. But all they are asking for is that you signed an undertaking that you will not be involved in politics. This was the first condition given to Awu. So then Awu now said, Iya Segun, Kimi Sewen, Iya Segun, what is wrong with you? Is it the storm that blew that brought all these mountains down that you think will not break the stones into pieces? That I should take orders, that I should sign undertaking that I will not go into politics where politics is my blood? Forget, leave me here. All those small stones, very soon, you will see them be broken into pieces. Because as of the time that Mama Didiolu Anna Awolowo was sent to the husband in Calabar, that was the time that Aguiyi Ironsi usurped the functionality of other military ventures. He took over. Of course, don't forget, he was not part of the planning of the coup. He was nothing, but he merely usurped when the whole thing collapsed the other way wrong, when some officer did something wrongly in Lagos as against what Kaduna Zogu would have wanted them to do from Kaduna. But it took only 6 months for the storm which Awolowo saw, which no other Nigerians, to hit the stones, the small stones, and break them into pieces. So Obafemi Awolowo was now released from prison. But then there was a statement he made to the wife. He said, whatever happens to a man is for his benefit. Awo made that statement. And that was when he was talking to the wife about, no, please don't go and sign any contract. I will never sign anything like whatever that I am here today is for my benefit in this prison. So whatever happens to a man is for his own. I think all these are more than 20 historical perspectives put together. So let's dive into the menu, right? Yes, let's go there. Sorry, just a moment. Sashas.
Sir,
I shall come back to you because we are going to hit the ground running. We are already running.
Absolutely.
So because we must decode, we must listen to the message, even if we are not respectfully looking at the messengers. What was the message? 6 trillion had been wasted out, money that is meant to reform the lives of the Niger Delta people, and these are taken from 2001 to 2021. 6 trillion. And I have knowledge of how much was put together to transform the Arab, the Emirate, Dubai is the capital, is the commercial capital of that United Arab Emirates. Abu Dhabi is the political capital. You have Sharjah, which is the workers' capital. You have this small place that they are small villages. 8 of them put together call that name, and they are so much honored. I have the knowledge, and I have on record how much was used to transform that place from a heated and hated desert to become the lucrative ground it is today. The seaport, which is now most glorious seaport in the whole world, taking over from Shanghai, taking over from the first free zone port in the world, which is Hamburg port. I knew how much, but 6 trillion wasted. So a forensic audit detailed these wastages. 132 accounts were opened, and all the contractors ran away, except when the forensic audit started. There's 77 of those contractors returned back. This needs to be investigated. But Nigerians are now looking at it. Akpabio of all people, Godwin Akpabio, the man with the toughest slogan that any person cannot decode in the whole world, the man with the slogan that what money cannot do, more money will do it. Why must he be the person? More so where there are indictments in his tenure, and we knew how he moved the Ministry of Niger Delta. I mean, the NDDC, how he moved it from the presidency. This man has enough influence that he took something from the presidency, which is under the secretary to the government of the federation. Within speaking a word, I don't know either Godwin Etakibuebu was that minister they were talking that gave some billions for his ministership to be approved. I mean, I don't know. I don't have records of that, so let me regard that as innuendos. He moved the NDDC into his own Ministry of Niger Delta within a twinkle of the eye, and he got it. And most of the people, even the administrator now, happened to be one of his boys who worked with him in Akwa Ibom, whom he sent to NDDC to go and do work. The last managing director of NDDC during the time of the general elections was his own boy, whom he nominated, who fell at saying the amount of money or guy saying I should bring was too much. And of course, many other things. He became the person now that carried out or appointed the auditors. This is bringing confusion to the people of Nigeria, ditto the whole world. But my urge today, like as I did last week, is that we are investing. Oh, you are welcome, sir. You are welcome, sir. The sir cannot answer you now, but he will answer you. The sir is another of my very, very good friend. Fred, you are welcome, sir.
Thank you, Guru.
You are
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank
But
you.
tell me something. You're looking so robust these days. What is happening?
It's good. The Lord is good to me.
The Lord is good. Okay, maybe because you've chosen now to upset yourself a little from Anambra politics.
Well,
That might be helping.
Does politics make one to be lean? It shouldn't make one to be lean.
I'm not a politician, so talk to me about
No,
that.
but I'm telling you,
For
it
2
shouldn't
minutes.
politics should make one to be lean because we're talking about service.
Okay.
You get lean when you are self-serving.
Okay.
But when you are serving the people,
Yes.
the collective goodwill of the people will make you robust.
Okay, politics is about services.
It's about services.
Okay,
The type we play.
Is that why Yoruba call it Oshelu?
I don't know what they call it.
Oshelu,
But
those doing the,
but the type we play.
those fixing the city.
The type we play
Yes.
is about service to the people.
Okay.
And the collective goodwill of the people
Yes.
will naturally bring good health and robustness
God bless
to us.
you. The
Thank you.
collective goodwill of the people,
Of the people.
and the collective goodwill of the judiciary.
Oh,
Okay, my second guest is in the house. Fred Nzeako is in the house. You are welcome, sir.
thank you, the Guru. And good morning to our dear listeners. It's been a very rainy, very, very rainy morning. It's showers of blessing, I believe.
Yes,
with quite a lot of traffic disturbance.
Yes.
But nonetheless, it's showers of blessing.
I spoke much about that before your arrival.
Thank you.
So we'll
Thank you.
continue very short. So
Thank you.
now, as I was saying, listeners, I'm welcoming my guests because they are part of the trajectory. Now, Etakibuebu now became the man who selected the forensic auditors. So what I'm urging Nigerians and the whole world, because we are being listened to all over the world, is that, hey man, please, let us be calm a little. Let us forget about the messengers at this point in time, momentarily. Because we have two messengers here. The first messenger, very, very senior messenger, is President Muhammadu Buhari, who ordered forensic auditors, auditing of NDDC, who at the same time breached the law that established NDDC by asking for clarification of board members, which the Senate hurriedly did, and he pushed that aside and approved interim management committee, which is strange to the legal instrument that brought the NDDC to being. And while this was on, he wrote another letter saying that don't worry, by the time the forensic audit is finished, we will send nominees to you. Without specifically saying about those nominees that were sent and have been approved, cleared and been approved for him. You have Okumagba, you have Utubu, so some of them. And why those people were appearing before the Senate for clearance, Only one of the 15 nominated board members did not appear. Auntie Joy, what's her name, Charles?
Joy Nunye.
Joy Nunye, thank you very much. You know you are not too far from Port Harcourt. Though your state is from the other end of the world, but you are not too far from Port Harcourt. So that girl did not attend, and that girl was being announced as managing director, acting managing director of the Interim Management Committee. Until two of them fought it out. I don't know where they fought it out from. Maybe from one of the guest houses or from hotel, because it was later we learned to say that the man was trying to touch my breast and I slapped him, and he specifically referred to the minister. So all those nasty things, they were not things that, and the minister was saying that, don't mind that girl. They should go ask how many husbands he had played around with. Are those the statements that the Niger Delta people that have suffered colossally in Nigeria want to hear? Not. So, but today now I'm saying the two messengers, President Muhammad Buhari and Akpabio, we should please put them aside and forget. But let us look at the message, and the message is the audited report. Let us, because if we fail to scrutinize the message, which is the report, we will get it all wrong. If we scrutinize the message well enough, we will now know that 6 trillion had gone into the drain. Who are those? And I think the hook or the net, by the time we throw it deeper into the sea, like Jesus instructed Peter, say, throw your net deeper. It might bring people from all over Nigeria that participated in frittering away 6 trillion naira. So this is where we want to look at today. And you are welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I don't know. You know, you have your own mindset of doing what you know how to do best.
Okay, so let's just state the...
You can state it probably purely for mentioning.
because of our guest. Okay, the menu for today. List some of it. Do you worst anti-open grazing law stays? Akeredolu blasts Meiti Allah. And that's from the pages of the Daily Post. The second one, we've been praying for Buhari but can't see results. Sheikh Khalid, Chief Imam, Apo Legislative Quarters, Jumat Mosque is the one who made that statement. It's on the pages of the Punch newspaper. 3 years on, 50 billion naira floating dry docks idles away. The Guardian bringing that report to us. We're no longer interested in dialogue, Zamfara governor tells repentant bandits. This on the Premium Times. And still on the menu, NNPC refineries generate zero revenue, yet pays workers 69 billion naira. That's from the Punch newspaper. And menu 6, 2023, APC not interested in Igbo presidency.
Okay.
Who said that? Uzodinma.
Go ahead.
And it was the Daily Post that gave us that news.
Mention the last one.
Oh, the last one is not in my copy of the menu.
Okay. Investigation NNPC in procurement fraud. 2 highest bidders in Slope Oil Sea are same people. Premium Times got this out. Out of 18 companies that are pre-qualified for this, 3 bidders won because they were the best. 2 of those 3 belong to one person, one person. And we are talking of international bidding processes. And the one person, they are Nigeria using some foreigners. They are in NNPC. They are in Nigeria. They are Nigerians. They are stakeholders. No, they are now shareholders of the new NNPC. NNPC Limited now. They are the shareholders. They will be the one to share to you when the time is right. This is happening. This is live. This is live. And I was just asking Nadu a few minutes ago, either he has the capacity to embark on this revelation today. But when I look at the poor chap, he had not eaten pounded yam today. He had not eaten yamala today. Nor has he gone to Delta to take a taste of starch.
Yeah.
So I don't think he can. But the instruments are already here. Nigerians, can you hear this? This is and the knowledge drop box today will tell you the scandal that is going on by one instrument in the ports, scanners. Every person had participated in that scanner stealing. Even the Controller General of Custom at a time has secured about 120 million to buy, but nothing is there. The one they said they bought in 2006, by that, don't forget, Buhari government had not come. So it is not a matter of APC or PDP. Nigerian governments, they are killing Nigerians. I don't know. It is terrible. It is terrible. That is why no government is pulling people out of poverty. Because, and I will take this matter to a logical conclusion, I will be releasing them with facts. God is my insurance document, and nobody can do anything to me except if God approves. If it is today that God approves it, nobody should think the bullet was faster. It's because it is my day. Yasser Arafat, that was a statement he made many years when I had the privilege of being among journalists that interviewed him. So we are not going into that again, so that people will not say, now every history this man carry for a head. So that is for that. Do your worst. Akeredolu has told Miyetti Allah, because Miyetti Allah, they blackmail, they threaten. One group of the Arewa has said that the Fulani all over Nigeria, they are about 40 million. Then they outside themselves, they are about what? He calculated and gave us about 160 million only from the north, meaning living less than 70 around Nigeria.
70? We're not even up to 70.
Around Nigeria.
Just about 50.
Blackmail. And now the Miyetti Allah had gone to the National Assembly, do this, say this. And their Oga, which is our president, but your Soga of Miyetti Allah, he has now gone to dig up 368 grazing reserves that cut across 25 states of the Federation. Now so Yoruba people talk. Now so now give will be early money of Buhari to look for that. All those documents, he never knew that. He has forgotten that they have been swallowed by the Land Use Act of 1979, which had been built and incorporated into the Constitution. We have lawyers, seasoned lawyers here, and the man is loaded. He said, "Thank you very much, sir, for giving me the approval." Then we'll be praying for Buhari, but can't see result. This statement, I will bring it back tomorrow. The man who made that statement, Sheikh Khalid, is the chief imam of Apple Legislature Quarters. He said that they'll be praying for Buhari, but no result. Please, the interview, I think I will upload it to my website so that you can read it free of charge. He was even asked, are you not afraid that your life might be threatened? He said, but somebody has to die one day. When would somebody know that? But let us say, we pray, but the prayers is not being answered because the man has been encased and encircled somewhere. So the thought of the sycophants is what? He hears only his voice now. We shall talk about that. 3 years on, 50 billion floating dry dock. I do say we. Where is that place? I know the place. We shall talk about it later. We no longer interested in dialogue than for our governor tells repentant bandits. Okay, I don't blame the man too much. He was brought up in between the larger city and the village. So he's either used to the custom of tradition in the village or the custom of the tradition in the major city. If he had been brought up in the village life like I was brought up, he would have known that you don't ask a little child not to touch the fire from the oil fire which we use in the village. After burning his hand, the child will never go there again. Was this not the same man that said there are two types of bandits? One bandit is a good bandit, the other bandit is a bad bandit. Now he has learned his lesson. NNPC refineries generate zero revenue, pay workers 69 billion. Zero revenue. I don't know, is it the zero revenue that brought a profit of 420-something billion only 1 year after 40 years of not declaring profit at all?
No, that was not just refineries, that was more structural.
Okay, thank you very much. So if it is zero, then the 669 billion paid to...
Where did it come from?
I think this 69 billion is not part of the 10 billion that is said they used to maintain the 4 refineries on daily basis where they were not even being productive. All right, 2023, APC not interested in Igbo presidency. All these are gimmicks of Uzodinma, Hope Uzodinma.
How does he know the Igbo is not?
You will know that now. Don't forget that right from the day Peter Obi was picked to run after Atiku Abubakar, that was the day that the gods of people like Uzodinma, people like Dave Umahi was offended because they believed they should have made the proper person. Later, Umahi now told you he's crossing over for the interest of the Igbo. So, investigation NPC procurement fraud. We'll talk that. So, sir.
Yes, sir.
It is well. We are now going straight away to the topic of the day. Sir, that is Fred. I want you to help me thank your brother, your friend, your twin brother, who was here last week Sunday and did justice. But the matter is too elaborate. We decided we cannot finish it, that we shall instead finish it today. And it is for that reason. Again, I want to thank you for coming. Charles.
Yes, sir.
I want to appreciate you for being there always.
Thank you, sir.
Is it Beck and... I know go school. I know get grammar.
And call.
Beck and call. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Say not to be our teacher here.
Pardon? You have been appointed teacher. All right. The subject today, which is the big story that we shall be discussing, today's big issue is Buhari orders investigation of 6 trillion investments in NDDC. Sir, let me not monopolize any longer. We know the whole thing, you know it. Self and Charles have deliberated a little. Where are you starting your opinion from? Let your introduction be for 3 minutes. I salute you, sir.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, Charles, CK, my man, for bridging the gap for me.
The sheer buruburu of journalism in Nigeria.
I have really missed this setting, and I'm glad to be here despite the odds and the challenges. Guru, every time we talk about issues around the oil sector in Nigeria, the issues elicit a lot of emotions. Emotions because the golden goose that lays the golden hen is left to be famished. And those who really have no business with oil are the ones soaking themselves in the oil. And in the process, messing up not only the environment, but the people to whom God had given that much important resource. Today, after recall that the first major oil production started in Oloibiri in the 50s, in 1950s. So we're looking at 1956. So 64 years down the line, the people have not seen the real benefit of that God's gift. Instead, what we are seeing is an avalanche of despair, disaster, environmental, human degradation, and everything negative. To the extent that Hugo Chavez of Yugoslavia, former Yugoslavia, sometimes called the crude petroleum as devil's excrement.
Devil's
excrement. It is so because anytime that product is not well harnessed,
yes, sir,
it becomes a curse. But in an environment where it is well harnessed, like in the United States and in some other advanced countries that are blessed with such resource, it becomes a huge, huge blessing. And it is very unfortunate that Nigeria has taken to toe the line of negativity in harnessing utilization of these God's given resources. Many years down the line, we cannot see the result. The report you are talking about is just the things that happened just in few years. Because if you go back in time to the era of Umpadek, Oil Mineral Producing Area
Yes.
Commission.
Yes. Which was chairman there by Chief A.K. Hosford.
About Hosford.
Where he appointed Goodluck Jonathan then as one of the officers.
Good. If you go back and into that era, after that era, it was now baptized to NDDC.
Yes.
Niger Delta Development
Which
Commission.
became, first of all, managing director by Engineer Godwin
Omene.
Yes, who left the Shell.
Who left Shell.
Yes.
Now, if you now look into the history of these agencies, you marvel at the volume of money that have been funneled through those agencies.
Okay.
Now let us limit ourselves to NDDC. If you see the amount of money that has gone through NDDC, you wonder why the whole area of Niger Delta is not paved in gold. Because the kind of money that have been spent there, yes, the environment is difficult to tie the roads and the rest of them, yes, these are semantics. But by the time you match the money spent with the output, you will be sorry for this country and sorry for the people of Niger Delta. But the reason, because I like to look at issues fundamentally and attack it at the root. The root is because wrong people have always been at the helm of affairs in NDDC.
Wrong people
Have
always been heads of
at the
affairs.
helm of affairs in
Can
NDDC.
you hold it there for sir? You know, I gave you two minutes, but as usually, you know, you're my boss. You've run 7 minutes. Charles.
Yes, sir.
Your brother said the reason for the monumental failures is that wrong people have always been at helms of affairs at the NDDC, either the predecessor or the successor or whatever. Would you agree with that conclusion?
Absolutely.
What is your modification?
Absolutely, because the initial thoughts of Fred was, he did say, you go into politics to serve. And I have consistently, because immediately he finished those comments, I've wondered how many of our politicians who are serving suddenly went grey in the course of thinking of how to, improve.
What do you mean by grey, sir?
Gone grey, like either maybe their hair gets grey.
Fashola as he became governor within 3 days, all he said. And today, now that he's a minister of starting with the minister of
yes. Fashola has consistently remained a poster boy.
Okay.
Yes, even when he came to Lagos,
ahead,
yes, he had something he needed to do. Because when you look at some other countries, for instance, if you look at somebody like President Obama, for instance, within 2-3 days he became the president. He went grey.
Yes.
Because these are people that possibly, I want to believe that as at 3 to 4 a.m. they are thinking of the next move. But ours is such that when you come, it is all about how do you fit your hand into the cookie jar? What do I get out of it? Because this same Niger Delta we are talking about, consistently, leaders keep coming, and we don't seem to see any improvements in that area. And it's an area I know pretty well, because that sometimes you wonder, yes, even if you say the terrain is bad, the amount of money given to you is to use it to surmount that terrain. You also told us about Dubai and Abu Dhabi and so on and so forth. As we speak today, Saudi Arabia is building an entirely new city. Entirely new city from the scratch in the desert. And there's nothing of it. The city is modeled after European and American cities in the desert. So if the desert is difficult, the point is they are going to use human intellect and human resources, funding, to confront those challenging environment. But ours does not seem so. So you start wondering, you wonder, what kind of politics do you put in there?
Okay,
and
so
there's even
are you concluding therefore that wrong people have been in wrong positions?
Absolutely. There's even an argument that even the 6 trillion that is missing between 2001 and 2019, that it's far less
Okay, that it could be more.
It is
higher.
far less, yes.
Okay.
The 6 trillion that it is far less, and that it is the bidding of whoever. Yes, somebody, inaugurated that committee. Someone else, or definitely the forensic and everybody, different people were involved. So,
okay, hold it there, sir. Meaning, we need to bring the messengers to book, to check. But for today, we are dealing with the message. Sir, it has been alleged in that forensic. I'm taking this question because of my exposure to some previous things in Nigeria. When Dr. Pius, is it Okibo? Right. That brilliant economist investigated the 12-point-something billion
oil windfall
of oil.
12.4 billion.
I was privileged to lay my hand on the copy of his report. So voluminous, I almost died reading the whole thing. I'm not too sure. I cannot swear my dead mother that I read everything to the end, but I tried. Then it took government a while before government now appointed a panel to bring a white paper out of that report. And that panel, which was not given too much publicity, was headed by another very brilliant military officer of the Nigerian Army, the late Lieutenant General Balarabe Muhammad Haladu, B.M. Haladu. And again, yours sincerely was privileged to lay hand on the white copy report. It is because of my experience of those things that I'm bringing. Okay, then I could not say that I had copy of it too, because it would have been tantamount to life. Because in these games, life is the IOU of the loser. Now, sir, for two of you, 2 minutes only. 13,777 compromise projects. Money paid into 362 bank accounts. What do you make of this? I come to you, Fred, first.
If anybody,
just in 2 minutes.
If anybody does not know what it means to say abandoned project, let the person go to Niger Delta.
Okay.
It is an environment filled with abandoned projects. Roads, water projects, hospital projects, school projects.
Yes.
Any manner of infrastructure project in Niger Delta, there is none that you will not see abandoned midway.
Okay, sir.
And we found out that in most cases, the monies have been released in full. In most cases.
The money released fully.
Released in full. The projects abandoned. Not to talk of the shoddy work that is done in that environment.
In some places or few places.
In most places. In 80% of the places, the works done, the few that have been completed are shoddy.
Okay.
The majority are not completed.
Okay, sir.
And that is why the environment still remains badly degraded.
Thank you, sir. Hold it there. Sir, Charles, what is your comment about 362 bank accounts?
You see, before it also goes to show you, the cesspit, is it cesspit or cesspool in the agency, and even in several other government agencies. This present government did say that every account should go to a singular account, which is the TSA account. And somebody is having over 300 accounts, and there's no query. It beats your imagination that even the simple law that maybe the Federal Executive Council takes a decision, and the various ministers are part of that decision, and you come out, you cannot rein in your people. Every account must get to one, and we still have as many as 2, 3, then as much as 300. So sometimes you now wonder who is really in charge.
Okay, sir, please hold it there. You wonder. But don't forget that TSA was introduced by President Goodluck
Jonathan, yes.
But implemented fully by, that is, if it has been fully implemented.
The
because
Buhari
now
administration.
There are too many parastatals, there are too many ministries, there are too many departments. that I know of, and I have the facts at my disposal, that the operation bank accounts, the headquarters of those accounts are between purgatory and hell or heaven. They are not even in Nigeria. Now, sir, if you take that into consideration, would you want to go along your trajectory in passing judgment that from 2001, when the forensic audit is started, we should the 360 something accounts should be the benchmark of judging those in government? Charles.
I don't know how to. I don't know how I'm going to judge the government.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, because for me it seems that each day something new comes up. And now this report has even been submitted now. Possibly gradually, depends on how it's going. Is it going gradually into the cooler? We don't know.
We are coming there.
You know,
we are coming there, sir.
We don't know, but also I think the president really has to, you know, he has to go beyond, I think, that political will to really implement this.
Okay, thank you, sir. Fred, I come to you. On the day of submission of the report, this is a very, very major report. Very, very major. On the day of submission, the president was inevitably absent. The vice president did not receive the report on behalf of the president. The secretary to the government of the federation did not receive it on behalf of her. And there are hierarchies. It is Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, that received it, and now told us that even the president had consigned the report to his office so that he could involve other departments. What do you make of that? 2 minutes, sir.
Guru, do you really think that government was serious in issues about that report?
I really don't know what I should be thinking now, sir.
Honestly speaking, I do not think that the government really wants to do anything with that report. I do not think.
But if Malami is the chief prosecutor of the country, shouldn't he?
I do not think, and I'll tell you why. Going back in time, if a government really wanted to do something serious,
yes, sir,
they wouldn't bother with such long years, 2001 to date, 20 years. They have not dealt with the issue of last year. They have not dealt with the issue of 2 years ago. They have not dealt with the issues that started from 2015 when they came to power. And they want to throw it back to 2001 to date. I want to believe that government is only trying to rake up something that will have political value towards 2023 election.
Are you saying that the government was just trying to announce to your turn to Israel?
Something that will be politically relevant to the party in power towards 2023 election.
Okay.
At the time you begin to ask them, what have you done with the huge money that you have? They will tell you that even before they came to power, that over 6 trillion has been spent on NDDC. And it is not their fault.
Okay, that's another angle.
Interesting angle.
Thank you very, very much. Charles, I come back to you. Are you saying that we should evaluate the seriousness of government on remedying things that have gone wrong through the method, the speed with which making facts of this thing known to the public is carried out? Or do you see a dig-dag, a sort of, yes, we are on it, until you will be asked to go and cast your vote in 2023?
You know, Fred has really brought in a different angle to this,
yes.
And I'm going to read it up as well.
Okay.
But I was also reading through these some reactions to this, and the Niger Delta Justice Forum, for instance, and they did say that you know, according to this forum is based in Uyo in Akwa Ibom State, where the minister of Niger Delta comes from, Niger Delta Ministry. You know, they claim that the auditors were not given enough time to carry out the forensic audit. That some of the auditors complained aloud of censorship and lack of access to vital documents the field auditors would spend less than 10 minutes at a 2 kilometers shoreline protection project.
Less than 10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. And they went on to say they would go to a 20-kilometer road project completed more than 10 years ago in a challenging terrain, drive on less than 1 kilometer distance of the road, and without extracting the core for testing, then write a report as instructed by the orchestrated conductor, according to them.
That's another
so what we're only trying to say here now is to also sing the angle of rushing over this report. Okay? Because if you really wanted from 2001 to 2019, it's a long time. It's a long time. And just as Fred has also noted, if you go to the Niger Delta and you see abandoned projects, you will sorry for our country. So, and these are projects too that it is not just a walkover. These are projects you need to take your time to look at, to investigate. And some of them are abandoned. So if they're abandoned, how much has been put into it? Into a project that is substandard. So how are you going to now because you're looking at this project, possibly they must have abandoned the project claiming that they don't have enough funds to continue. So definitely, just as I said last week, we are yet to get, people have not started reacting. People have not started seeing this because pretty soon you get what's like, it is a political winch hunt. Okay, because of my ambition to run for a particular position, they now want to use this to stop me.
Yes, sir.
So sometimes some of these things are hurriedly done. And as we also noted, and as you have noted, the vice president was there, the SSG was there, it went to the minister of the attorney general. Maybe so that he will start work as soon as it is presented. Okay. But I also never knew that, Guru, you've ever seen a white paper before. So I don't know how long this particular white paper will take, before it will formally be shown to the public and the implementation will start. Because definitely the president will now bring another committee to look at the white paper produced by the attorney general before it starts up. Then we also remember politics is here. 2022 is by the corner.
Thank you very much, sir. I remember you challenged me whether I have 6 white papers. I just told you from the time Pius Okibo, doctor, PhD holder, one of the brightest economists Africa ever produced, completed the oil wind fall, which was scattered away everywhere. It took years before the white paper produced, shared by Lieutenant General Muhammad Balarabe Haladu, came up. It took a period of... And on the day that President Muhammadu Buhari vacated the villa, when he handpicked Shodeko as interim to run an interim government, as he was headed to Mina, his top house, yes, the car he sat, the 6th car to that is a 604 SL. In that car were the 2 files, the report of Pius Okibo and the white paper report of Lieutenant General Balarabe Haladu. After 2 hours of arriving, his people had to welcome him. Then the man that was involved in the whole matter now met him. Then CBN former governor Abdul Kadir Ahmed from Bauchi, yes, now went to meet him in one of his many rooms and said, sir, you know that file that you have not approved, they are here. Should I bring them now so that you can approve them? Those were the files that contain instructions on how the money should go. The President Abibi, with his smiley face, told him that, Governor, I'm no more in Abuja. I'm no more in the villa. Don't you think even if I have signed this thing that I'm not to fraud because I'm no more in office? I don't know whether those were some of the bad news that accelerated the death of Abdul Kadri when he had that tumor of the brain later. I don't know. So that was much I see. Now, the question is this, because we are trying to round up now. Sir, Fred, who who are the villains? Let us say it's 6 trillion or more than that or less than that. Is it the Niger Delta people that are the villains, or who are the villains of this criminality?
Oh, absolutely. In every criminality, there are victims and there are villains, and also there are beneficiaries. The beneficiaries. Let me start from beneficiaries, because the beneficiaries cost the victims to lose, and they generated the villains in the process.
The beneficiary caused
the victims to lose and
generated
the villains in the process.
This is very technical.
The
In 1 minute, can you reduce it to more?
The beneficiaries are those who come with long letters from Aso Rock Villa. The victims are the downtrodden masses of the Niger Delta. And the villains are the collaborators
between Villa
and
the devil,
who cause the victims the ache that they go through up to today.
So are you saying the Niger Delta downtrodden couldn't have been the villains?
Oh, they could have been the villains, because they are the victims.
Okay, sir.
How many of them participate in the contract? How many of them participate in implementation?
In awarding,
even in implementation, how many of them touch the money, apart from the little pittance that they give them when they make noise and when they harass? And of course, you know that these are all the facts that culminated into the insurgency and the restiveness in the Niger Delta. For every appointee of NDDC, the Aso Rock has its hand, of course, almost 100%. And the report, not the report, the patriotism of the appointees go back to Aso Rock.
Yes.
And not to the people.
Yes.
That is the challenge.
No, I'm telling you, yes.
Yes.
Very
So,
audibly.
yeah. So
because of what I knew.
Yeah.
That between upper deck, what you call the chairman of upper deck. With the late Dr.
Ginod, yes.
So antagonism before Abacha, the day 2 of them met, and when one was telling Abacha, this couldn't have been your representative. I'm your representative as the chairman. Okay, that will be a story for another day.
Good. So when Aso Rock influences everything, the people have less. They now matter less.
Okay. Thank you,
to the operators.
Thank you, sir.
That is the challenge.
Charles, one more question. And please, help me to tackle it in 2 minutes. Adu, sorry, I'm not being fair to you today.
It's absolutely okay, Guru. You know, we have 2 erudite minds in the studio,
yes,
so...
I'm very sorry, my dear. Next week, I think whatever we'll be tackling, you will handle the whole thing. I will just be... Charles, please. I want you to answer this question. Tafa. What is his first name now?
Paul Tafa.
No, not Paul Tafa. We are talking of Tafa Koboko, Major General Paul Tafa.
Okay.
Koboko man.
Yes.
Who cleared the roads. No. Who is now the chairman of Northeast
Development Commission.
Where 100 billion has just vanished into the sea.
And who just released 500 houses for IDP people just last week.
Okay. Praise God. Tafa Balogu Tafa, who became Inspector General Police.
Tafa
Balogun. The first promise he made, because he was appointed Inspector General Police immediately after the death of Bola Ige. The first statement he made publicly, and he was running, was that he will get the killers of Bola Ige out and he will prosecute them. So when I called him that night to congratulate him, then I asked him, did I hear you say this? He confirmed it to me. Then I asked him a question. Tafa, please, my brother, make I ask you one question. No vessel. What will happen if you found out later that those who appointed you as Inspector General Police are the killers of Bola Ige? Would you still be able to... Of course, he did not answer me today. And of course, he will not answer me again. The last question to you, Charles. Please, my brother. Is there any revolution going in your mind now that what happened if those with authority to appoint the board members to do everything, to detect for Niger data, are those that are instrumentality to this massive fraud, does it bother anything to you? And if they are, will anything good come out of Jerusalem?
We are still, yes, something good did come out of Jerusalem, but we are hoping, because why I'm saying this is, if some forum is saying that the same person you sent to come and investigate a 20-kilometer road built over 10 years ago, the person did not even make up to 1 kilometer, and they left, then what kind of report are they going to give to me? It's a case, my friend, just go there and come back. Just go there and see and come and present your report, of which we even heard that even before they arrived, there was already a report. Cross the T's and dot the I's. Okay, cross the T's, dot the I's, then put your signature.
This is another revelation.
It's happened. So what it now means is already a decision had already been taken about the report, even before it landed.
God bless you. Sir, Fred.
Yes.
10 seconds only.
Yes.
Shall we now turn the investigation to the messengers? Now that the message had fallen flat.
Absolutely.
And the messengers I meant is President Muhammadu Buhari and Akpabio.
Yes.
Charles, you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Okay. I want to thank you, gentlemen.
Many thanks.
Then one question, which we will need less than 1 second to answer. Are we finished with the subject, or we can still sit on this subject? Not necessarily next week. Any other day?
Well, if it's there's a language you guys use, unfolding.
If it's an unfolding event, unfolding news.
Story, news, and then
we can sit on it again.
Fred is always at your beck and call, sir. I think I will align with you, sir. I will align with you with Fred. Fred is always.
God bless you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. I will thank you again before we leave this week. So we have lesser time. And the lesser
knowledge
time,
Dropbox?
No, the knowledge Dropbox will become a casualty again today, because otherwise the people out there will say we are not fair to them. We did not invite them. So please go ahead, sweetie.
Okay, so we'll take calls now and WhatsApp messages. 0809-234-5913. That's a number to call. It's also a WhatsApp number for the station. You can use that. Also 0809-222-0913. And you can call us on 0809-191-3913. And don't forget, the landline numbers 015150 and 015151 913 for both of them. You can use that to call us. All right, let's get into the WhatsApp message. There's the Guru. Good morning to you, sir. You are too much. May God continue to increase your knowledge and grant you good health for all of us, so we can continue to learn. This is Uche from Agege.
Thank you very much.
Still on WhatsApp very quickly. This is coming from Chika from Lekki. Says, good morning, Guru. They want us to believe them, but they call us liars. The truth is that we know the truth, whatever. Therefore, their laborious attempts to impress us cannot fly. There's a whole lot of bloodletting, hunger, and wickedness in high places. So the question he's asking is, who can bail the cat? And David from Ikorodu says, good morning, Adu. That's on your costume's music, Which Way Nigeria was released in 1985. Oh, wow. So it's even 35.
Thank you very much. Wow.
Not even 25. I thought it was 25. Thank you very much for that. Okay, it was during the 25th anniversary. That's the word. That's where 25 came to my head. Thank you for that. Stephen from VI says, Guru, your biblical analysis is amazing. Okay, I already mentioned that to you before.
Thank you.
Abayomi also says, this is the second time listening to that song. I get all emotional, hoping that God will help us cause a change in Nigeria.
Amen.
We all hope it too. Back to the phone lines now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Ben.
Good morning, Ben. How are you today?
I'm fine. I greet everybody in the studio, Mr. Guru Uncle.
God bless you, sir. Go ahead.
Honestly, this country, we have a long way to go. where everybody keep quiet, even though when the problem is at our face. Imagine 6 trillion naira enter the drill in Niger Delta. And everybody kept quiet in that region. Nobody say anything. We are even trying to blame Mr. President that has for the total audit. So this is how this country is going to move forward. If it's another country, I expect everybody will come out and protest, want to know the name of these people that got this contract, that got this money, that did not carry out the project. But everything is normal. Now I want to start blaming the Mr. President again. Wow.
All right, sir.
Thank you very much.
Because of time, we have to move to other calls now. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Money, please.
This is Akman speaking to you.
Akron, go on.
Go
please.
ahead.
Nigeria is the only country that has 4 pistons and 2 plugs is not firing, is still moving. It's amazing, the goal. 4-cylinder engine. 2 plugs are not firing very well, but engine is running 380 in a high speed. It's amazing. The Guru, the forensic reports, what last caller said, you try to go deeper, it affects the chief in the community. It will touch so many people. It's a shame that we that are from there, we are still quiet about it. We are moving on, as if nothing is going on. We just believe it is all well, the Guru.
Okay, but Akman, don't you think all those that were involved to be reviewed?
Akman had to go.
Of course.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, please. We're on air already.
Okay, let's go on to other messages now on WhatsApp. This is from... Okay, it says, good morning, Godwin The Guru. I enjoy your show all day. God bless you. Please, there's a report currently that no flights from Nigeria can go to Dubai now. Most Nigerians already in Dubai reportedly said the Dubai government said their residency permit won't be renewed when it expires. Please, can you update us? What's the position of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and what's the position of the Minister of Foreign Affairs?
Okay, we'll look into that and bring you report back.
Maybe the person is in Dubai. Okay, we'll do that. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning. I'm on to Lagos Talk.
Yes, you are.
Lagos Talk.
Sorry?
Lagos Talk 91.3 FM. Go ahead. Your name, please.
My name is Chinonso, calling from Okobi, Keja.
Okay. You have less than a minute, sir. Please, go ahead.
Honestly, what is happening in this nation now, Hello?
Yes, Chinonso, go on. Hello?
Good morning to you, Adu, and the other guests in the studio.
Please, go ahead. You have less than a minute.
Okay, thank you. See, number one, I must commend the president that said what the forensic audit. In the time of 2010 or what the 2001, yes, the forensic got the job, he submitted the report, let us have the white paper, and that was the game.
Okay.
He will now thoroughly deal with those people who show the commonwealth of the people. So the best thing after the white paper, take them to court of law. That is it. I'm appealing. Okay. And I'm praying for Mr. President to do this. That's my stand this morning.
God bless you.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Adu.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Guru, and good morning to the men in the studio. My name is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
Peter Shomolu, please go ahead. You have less than a minute, sir.
Exactly. The question I want to ask here is that why should Mr. President Buhari, that promised to fight corruption, it says zero tolerance to corruption, why is he harboring people that have been fingered in this Niger Delta mess
with all the projects abandoned. Akpabio is still a minister today in Buhari's government. And all that he wanted to reveal, off your mic. They never allow him to release the mic from today for us to know. My question is, what should the Niger Delta people do now? Because I believe they want to destroy that area, and when the oil is finished, they will go back to other states and look for other minerals. What should we do now as Niger Deltans to make sure that our place is developed and get these people to go to jail, those that are culprits?
Okay. Even if they go to other area, first of all, let us rub our mind on this fact. The oil is no more the venture that the world is going after. The world is pushing oil, economy of oil behind. So, if we discover any other thing, it might be possible that the same way we wasted all oil revenues, will be how we waste everything, waste ourselves and crack up. May God not let us get there.
Charles Duffy on WhatsApp says, you don't expect fragrance from feces. NDDC stings to the highest heavens. With over 6 trillion sunk into it and no true value for money is derived, it's quite messy. Justice must be seen to be done to those who have plunged the nation into its predicament and plunged that region into its predicament. Absolutely nothing should be swept under the carpet anymore. Charles Duffy speaking. And also Chief Udor says, good morning. I can never blame doctors or support the government against them. Billions has been spent consistently on refineries, idle workers that ex-President Obasanjo sold, of which was revoked by Yar'Adua. So why can't doctors that are stressing their lives out in pandemics not be paid and forced are forced to stay at work? Okay. Let's move on. Still on WhatsApp. Babao Oye from Command says, what Guru's narrative about Akpabio means calling armed robbers to steal someone's good and still goes to call the owner to catch the thief. Okay, he said what you narrated about Akpabio's auditing means it's like calling armed robbers to steal someone's good and still going ahead to call the owner to now catch the armed robber that you called to steal the goods in the first instance. Hello? Hello, good morning.
You asked me a question before.
Okay, please, my brother, let's suspend that for tomorrow so that others can participate, please.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
To you. Yes, please. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sego. I'm calling. I want to greet Mr. Guru and the other guests in the house.
Okay, good morning, please.
I want us to look at a scenario that the people at the Niger Delta, this money we are looking for. Can you believe that 70% might still go to the north, the people in the north? Please check that very well.
Okay,
you
sir.
will see that this 70% of this 6 trillion we are talking about is not in the southeast. God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, we still have more messages pouring in on WhatsApp. This is from Adigwega. It says 9/11 was successful with the collaboration of some American elites that want to prove a point and that wants to install fear in the minds of Americans, also that want to prove a point why American government must continuously invade and budget so much for security within and outside America. It was said that before the attack took place, the Pentagon had understanding that the state was about to be attacked, and no step was taken to counter this warning. Adigwega says it's like an adage in Yoruba that says, if death at home does not kill, death outside will not.
Well,
I think it's Otaile. You see, my Yoruba is not that bad, eh? I'll take a final call.
But then we are still moving on. Go ahead.
Yes, let's take another call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes,
how are you guys doing today?
Wonderful, thank you. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Obina, calling from New York.
Good morning, Obina.
Oh, thank you very, very much, Obina.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I mean, it's easy to say that whatever is eating the beans can be found inside the beans, be it a river or whatever. Corruption is the biggest problem Nigeria faces. Whatever audit you run, you will find that the people in these Niger Delta areas, they are culpable. A lot of them. It will take the person inside the house to tell the thief outside that, hey, come in, it's food. We are all collaborators. Until we fight corruption, arrest people involved, execute them, we can't move forward. We're just going round and round and round. I mean, that's my contribution.
Thank you so much. And what a befitting way to
All the way from New
end
York.
the course today
I'm most very, very grateful.
for listening to us.
Because you are 6 hours behind.
Yes, it means it is.
You are
early
supposed to be
morning.
sleeping. For you to link us with us, God will link you up with good news from all over the world. And you are one of those, what do you call them now? Diaspora. Remittees. You are supposed to be remitting money back. May God increase your income so that you can be remitting above the $5,000 expected per annum. Because, okay. Now, here we are. Again, the only enemy we have on this program are caught us with us. And that enemy is time. Here we are. But I am not going to step down without making some quotes. One, the messengers of this message must equally be scrutinized. We are taking the messages into pieces. Not only on this platform, most media platform, media homes, the message as brought together is being scrutinized. Can we get the facts? Permit me to quote a former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Atahiru Mustafa. You will know, yeah, you will know he well.
Mustafa.
Yeah, Mustafa.
Yeah.
It's Mustapher. Now, he was the one who said he was talking to judges in the annual conference, and he reminded them that as we sit on trial, we equally stand on trial. So those who know how to manipulate, to probe things, to identify and get innocent people or close to innocent people brought in because they have the manipulative capacity to take themselves out of the trouble zone, they are equally standing before trial, before God. And God shall bring everyone to justice. So if we have this at the back, and unfortunately our leaders are either classical Christians or classical Muslims, being sworn into office either with the Bible. Not too many of them have since been sworn into office with Ogun instrument, with cutlass. So all of us shall be brought to trial. Either 6 trillion or not 6 trillion. Those who deprive the people of, most of them are dead. They died is Kalu. God, the creator of heaven and earth, shall bring all of us before trial. Please let us go away with this in our conscience. Having said that, the friends of the Guru, friends of the Gurus are those who decided to come together that this project must not die. They will be willing to do whatever they can because, let me put it here, I just mentioned what has happened in NNPC. How 3 of the preferred bidders that have been selected, 2 of them belong to one person. Do you think it is easy to get these facts? It costs time and money. Last week, in spite of everything that brought me almost down, I saw myself traversing. And when you go to look for information, you know what it means because you are at the same time looking behind your shoulder. You are spending money, you are spending time. So some people have decided that, okay, the Guru, Ado and the Guru program can be sustained through all contributions, which will not be more than 1,000 naira per person per month, which will be okay. So it will be coordinated. But I think on the 4th of October, which is the 3rd anniversary of now Godwin The Guru on air, Lagos Talks 91.3 FM, it will be launched. And I can announce to you, Adegboyega Adedeji is one of those who will come to launch it in the studio here. Dan Ladi is another one person that will come to. Then Mrs. Chinyere Elijah is another 3rd person that will come. The Nigeria tripod will be adequately represented. I'm not bringing Fred. I'm not bringing, because to tell Fred or to tell Shasi is 1,000 and I'll be sorting them, because they might just say no. Let's put 1 million. Anyway, that's just to be on the lighter mood. So your knowledge drop box, I will show it to you next week. What I will do next week is that I will introduce the knowledge drop box before another thing. And I'm not bringing guests next week, because I will be wicked in my word to ask these gentlemen to come back next week. But sir, Fred, I am most grateful.
Many thanks.
I am
Many thanks, the Guru.
Uncle Charles.
I appreciate.
Yes, sir.
The Sheikh Buruburu of journalism in the Africa continent.
Augusta.
I salute you.
I greet you, sir.
I salute you.
Thank you, sir.
I salute you.
Thank you for having me.
And Adu, you know I will never do anything to cheat you or to dominate the atmosphere. But because of time and these two, I think you will forgive me today. Because you did not bring not even one question. It is not in my character.
No, Guru.
But the exigency of the gentleman we have considered. Prince Way, thank you very much, my son. God bless you. You are doing very fine. If what's the full name? If Naya, you are welcome. You will be standing by for the next 1 minute to take over. So having said this, please, gentlemen and ladies from all over the world, mostly that call from the New York. The other day somebody called us here from China. They call us from all over the world. We are very, very grateful to all of you. Until next week, when we shall be coordinating again, though I will be here for tomorrow, I will be here for Wednesday, please keep yourself out of trouble. God bless you.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.